EuroLive Radio. No te conformes con menos.
We're here in the show with another year with Gustav Dahlander, who owns the Mellopedia. That's kind of Wikipedia about all the information you need to know about the Melodifestivalen. It's a pleasure to have you with us for another season in the MelodiLive show. Gustav, thank you very much for being with us and welcome.
Muchas gracias. Hola a todos. Hablo en inglés, lo siento. Yeah, it's great to be here.
First of all, Gustav, how are you and what's changed in your life since this last year?
Well, thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm great. I'm really stoked for Melodifestivalen this year, and Mellopedia is doing great. The traffic is amazing. The interest is huge, and in Sweden generally, everyone are extremely stoked for Melodifestivalen. In my life, I've been not doing very much in show business. Actually, I've been working on translations and stuff, and working on my health, meditating, exercising, kind of being on a journey like that. So I can recommend, I'm using a new device actually. It's called Sense.ai. Sense.ai. It's for neurofeedback, and it's really good for meditation. So I've been working with that a lot.
Yes, would you repeat this website you set up to meditate?
Yeah, it's a device actually, so it's really new and it's quite expensive, but it's worth it. I would say it's called Sense.ai, SENS.ai.
David is reminding the website melopedia.svt.se.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's move to the novelties or the news of this Melfest 2024.
Yeah, sure.
Gustav, could you tell us about what you expect from this edition of Melodifestivalen 2024 and what's new in this new edition?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how some of the songs will pan out. It feels like an exciting year. There are a couple of really new things. First and foremost, we have 5 heats. Before that, we just had 4 heats, and the second chance round is revamped, and it's now part of the 5th heat. So we have 30 songs instead of 28, and 6 songs in every heat instead of 7 as before. And then we have 1 more heat compared to previously. So it's kind of more Melodifestivalen. And in the 5th heat, there will be an additional half an hour where the songs that were knocked out to go to the second chance round, so to speak, will compete for the last 2 tickets in the final.
About these extra 30 minutes, these additional songs are going to be able to vote for them or how?
Yeah, this last half an hour of the 5th show, it's the songs that were on the positions 3 and 4 in the preceding 5 heats. And they will battle out for the last 2 tickets in the final, and people will vote again. And these votes will be combined with the votes that the songs received in their heats. And the songs, of course, there were different amount of viewing figures for the different heats. So this will be balanced in accordance with the viewing figures, so that it will be fair to balance it between the heats. So there's an algorithm that will be applied to this. So it's basically the combination of the votes from the heats and the votes from the second chance round.
Taking in account that it's only 30 minutes, are we going to see just a recap of all the songs, or there will be enough time to hear all of them?
Yeah, there will be a recap. So they will not be performing live, but the artists will be present live on location.
So in this half an hour, we'll have the recap of the songs and the voting?
Yeah, there will be the opportunity to vote and the opportunity to watch the recap. and that's about the details that we have at this point. It would be called the finalkvalet in Swedish, the qualifications for the final. So the term second chance is removed.
Thanks so much for this news, Gustav. Host this year is Carina Berg. What could you tell us about her?
Well, Carina Berg is an extremely well, she has so much routine as a host in Sweden for TV shows and podcasts, and she's a humorist. She's a journalist. She has been everywhere, but mostly on commercial TV throughout the years. So it's kind of new to see her in public service in SVT, and she's in Melodifestivalen mostly famous for being the former wife of Christian Luuk, or they were sambo at the time, and Christian Luuk was the host of Melodifestivalen in 2007 and 2008. And there was a very famous episode where Björn Gustafsson, a comedian, sang a song to Carina Berg. This is one of the most famous interval acts in the history of Melodifestivalen. It was back in 2008. And she was the sambo of the host, and he sang, quit being with him and come and be with me because you're so attractive, or something like this, but in a very funny way. It's hard to explain, but it's extremely famous. So she's very famous for that, as well as for all the other things that she has done.
We heard rumors about Gustafsson to be a host this year, but it's just a rumor. Could you confirm that, or did you hear something about this?
Yeah, obviously I'm not allowed to confirm anything, and I don't have actually the details, but according to what's written in the press, Björn Gustafsson will be involved in the show this year, and Aftonbladet, the newspaper Aftonbladet in Sweden, I think claims that Björn Gustafsson will be involved in basically all the shows, but it's not, according to them, one of the hosts, because if you're a host, you need to attend all the parties, and you have some official duties as a Melodifestivalen host, while if you're just some kind of unofficial sidekick, you can go back home immediately after the shows and so on. So that would be a smaller task. But I don't know any details, so it would be interesting to see if he shows up.
Maybe a deja vu love song, like remember love song, like the last time to Carina Berg, for Carina Berg.
Yeah. If he shows up, it will be very surprising if they don't have any nods to that occasion.
Who knows? I could suppose that, but who knows? We've seen these days pictures of the stage of this Melfest new edition. So could you tell us something about this the stage?
Yeah, I've been following the press releases and worked with them a little bit, but I obviously haven't worked with designing the stage itself. But it's a lot of LED screens. They have more pixels than ever in the LED technology, LED technology. And the floor of the stage is also LED. So there's a lot of light, and it's supposed to be like a seamless experience between the audience and the stage. And they also have a small stage in the middle of the audience. And they have worked a lot to find a complete picture with the colors of balloons and the design of the light and the design of the content on the LED screens. So it's supposed to be able to work in smaller arenas and bigger arenas, always to have a party feeling like Melodifestivalen has. So yeah, there's a lot of things that they've been working on, and I think it looks good from the pictures.
We'd like to move on to the songs. Regarding the 30 titles, which kind of music are we gonna find this year?
Well, as always in Melodifestivalen, it's supposed to be kind of everything, from Swedish pop to like more old-fashioned music to more modern, very contemporary stuff, more heavy pop music and some rock music, and so something that's a bit new this year is that we finally get some Afro pop or Afro beats with I guess Sijo and Chelsea Mucho. So we have 2 entries with this Afrobeat that is big internationally. It hasn't really had a breakthrough in Sweden, so we'll see what happens with these ones. And apart from that, it's kind of interesting to notice that we don't have any former winners coming back this year. And we don't have any artists that have participated in Eurovision for any other country either. So we know that this is a contest that will produce a Eurovision debutante when we are hosting. And we haven't had this in Melodifestivalen since 1997, actually, that we have no Eurovision experience among the artists. So it's interesting. It's a bit new, and I think it's quite a strong setup that we have this year.
The songs, could you see any of them competing for the top 5 in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah, I have to say that. Definitely. I'm kind of looking at the titles now to see, but the answer has to be yes. It would be kind of dull to say no, but and obviously, definitely we have top 5 songs here potentially.
Mm-hmm. Among the 5 hits of the contest, what do you think is could be the most interesting one to follow, or which one's your favorite?
I kind of felt really excited for the first heat generally, but also maybe the third heat will be very interesting for different reasons that I can't detail, and maybe also the 5th heat. And the others too. maybe the first heat, maybe partly because it's number 1 and you're mostly excited, and also number 3, I would say then.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Gustav.
I can tell you afterwards.
Okay.
This week is the 3rd edition of the Benidorm Fest, so we're gonna move to Spain to talk about our national final. About the Benidorm Fest, if you had the chance to listen to the songs, what do you think of the musical level, the musical quality of the edition, and would you highlight any of them?
Well, first, I've been working so intensely with Melodifestivalen for the premiere, so I haven't been deep in Benidorm Fest, but I've been listening to like recaps and some of the songs, and generally speaking, it's I love to hear the Spanish language in pop music. It sits really well for me, and I also find that it's kind of diverse. It's a lot of different genres, so it's a lot like Melodifestivalen in that way, which is really good, I think. And I'm also really happy for the Spanish fans that they get their own real Melodifestivalen experience, because they really deserve it. And from what I can hear, it sounds like some really strong songs. So it's interesting.
So thank you so much, Gustav, for your time with us. As always, this is your home, and we hope to have you back very, very soon.
It was my pleasure. Disfruta el Melodifestivalen, and I'll be working hard to serve you with all the information that I can on Mellopedia. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
I'm saying to David and commenting that some programs, some recordings we do about, I don't know, artists from the different hits, we search that information from Mellopedia. So Mellopedia is really useful and present on our program.
That's great to hear, and it's fantastic that I'm writing it in Swedish, but people are using it in English and in all languages. But that's the modern times, I guess. You can't translate it in the browser.
We recently did a program about the most, I don't know how to say it, but the most coming back artists, like decade by decade, the artists that have repeated the most times to the Melodifestivalen, and there are lots of them.
Tack så mycket.
Yes,
Tack så mycket.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hej då.
EuroLive Radio. No te conformes con menos.